Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are back in West Hill here on the Citadel server, and we're actually just outside the West Gate, which is facing south. The South Gate is actually over here in the middle, but this is the westernmost gate in the town, and we've been working on the Spruce River as it comes down through this direction, and we're going to pick up where we left off, including, I think today, we're going to be able to get to working on this mountain right here, which is just the tail end of what we've been doing on the mountain the last little while. My inventory is still full of all the stuff that we were using last time. And I think we'll dump some of this off and just do a double check. I think we have to do the bottom of the river first. Oh, wait a minute. Hello. Blocks, but like really small versions of blocks. Mini versions of blocks. Mini blocks. Always remember to read the back of your signs, folks. Ooh, fun. I don't know how many of those we have. That's awesome. We will put those away to good use. Those will be really good in sci-fi areas, I think, which is probably what Cosmic's idea was. Notice how I know who it was without anyone having signed the sign. There's a clue here as to who it might have been. Lord Valor, Cosmic, Scotsman, good to see you, as well as Cool by Cheese, welcome in. We need a spare shulker box and some room. I might be able to fit them all in there. I've got another shulker box inside, that's fine. Let's put these over here. Actually, if I go empty this out, then we'll have lots of room. That's probably what we'll do. Don't think we need any more of this stuff, because we finished all of the structural things we were doing. I'll keep the slabs just in case. I'll keep these. All right, so if we go and empty out this, then we should be good. MindTripMedia with 100 bits. Thanks very much for the lurk. Appreciate it. Yeah, Cosmic, the mini purple blocks, even the mini respawn anchors are cool. Also, I noticed something that even though 1.20.5 is going to break a lot of stuff for data packs, it will improve things down the line. One of the things that I think is going to be able to be fixed is, you know, with mini blocks, I wonder if I have an example here. Yeah, so this is a honey block mini block, and this is a player head because this one has been placed and picked up again, and this one has not. So in the new 1.20.5, items that have been placed that are named, when you pick them back up again, they will retain their name, specifically player heads. So I'm hoping that the mini block data pack will be fixed. So now when you put these down, they'll restack when you put them back into storage. So that hopefully will be a thing in the future. Do I have another box for those maybe? Yes. Jungle sign goes there. Spruce sign goes outside. And then the minerals and ores. that other block's outside too. Okay. Good enough. We will put this somewhere. Do I have space in? No, probably not. That seems like a good spot for it. Really wanted to know what the mini respawn anchors look like. You didn't want to place them down for that reason? Yeah. So hopefully that will be fixed with the update. And I just realized, of course, that I don't need these in a shulker. I forgot that they were going to stack. So I don't need that. I can actually switch that around. That I can put over here. And we're good. So I've got another storage space for all these mini blocks. I'm not sure why I decided to put it in the basement of this ruin, but that's where it is now. So I don't know how many of these I might actually have. I like the look of those lit redstone lamps too. All right. Yeah, let's go double check. I don't think we missed anything along here. Mostly I just wanted to look at the bottom, make sure the bottom looked okay. And I feel like there's not a lot to be done. Maybe we could hit a little bit of extra bone meal in some places. Just for fun. Might help this feel a little bit more lush. This is just one of those processes that takes a little while, but ultimately looks good in the end. I'd say I've been through here already in this, dealing with some places that are a little bit splotchy. Place to sleep soon. Gappy the guy, hello. Good to see you. Is there anything specific in the mini block form that you can think of that you want from the Wandering Trader. I'll check every time one spawns in Somerville. Nothing I can think of off the top of my head. I've not made a list. I know that I have a lot more of the gray and brown blocks because I was using those around West Hill, right? Like we were using the gray and brown blocks, the mini blocks, you know, things like that. I'm trying to think about situations where I've used them nearby. I guess maybe in the shops. Or so for example, like here, you know, like stuff that's piled up around in different areas, or places like this where minerals and ores and things like that, and then gray stone blocks, those things of that nature. So on the flip side, I don't have a lot of bright blocks, like primary colors like the concretes, the terracottas. I've barely ever seen mini blocks in the terracotta. They never seem to come up in the Wandering Trader's inventory for that data pack. So there's that. Oh, this has got an opportunity to have some fun stuff going on. Taking a little bit of extra care here just because you can see this from here. And obviously we need some more green. I'm hesitant to put a lot on the stone wall. I'm not sure how much of this would actually show up. I feel like maybe down the bottom, but... yeah, that looks okay. A little bit better. Tadpole Milk coming in with a raid. What's going on, Tadpole? Thanks ever so much. We are swimming and decorating the bottom of a river, but I'll go up somewhere a little bit higher where there's more to see for all the new folks. Welcome in, welcome in. What's shaking? Ginger the Lily subscribing at tier 1, 46 months. Holy crap. Or holy heck, as Ginger said. That's a long time. We had the same reaction, Ginger. Had the same reaction. Nearly 100 people coming in with that raid. Thanks so much, Tadpole. What were you up to on stream? What were you doing? I mean, I'm assuming Minecraft, but like what were you doing in Minecraft? And no worries if you get a raid and run. I know that's usually a thing with most people that are streaming as often as you are. Is it me or are you streaming early today? Normally I raid you. Black Steel 53, Sea Turtle, welcome in. Scotsman, fancy seeing you here. Ginger says I raided Tadpole and he raided you, so you have all the cool people. Well, there you go. I mean, the cool people were already here, right? Right, chat? Same right. So we've brought in more cool people to join the cool people, I think. Finally got to raid you for a change, says Tadpole. We worked on our Wither Skelly Hall of Fame. Oh, very cool. Very cool. It's a big project. It's always nice to work things along those lines. I don't know much about big projects myself. Yeah, I'm not sure how you folks do it. Not sure how you folks do it. If you're new to the stream, coming in with Tadpole's Raid, my name is Joel Duggan. I stream and podcast full time. You can listen to the Spawn Chunks podcast every Monday. It's all about Minecraft with myself and Pixel Riffs. Get that wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe for free. It's very easy. It's on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, all that kind of stuff. And this is West Hill. This is my town that I've been building for about 3.5 years. And that includes the valley. So that includes the area out here. And most of what we've been doing lately has been things like the rivers, working on this river and working on this mountain that's behind us. So this used to be a real combination of dirt and stone. And over the last week or so, we've removed all of the dirt and replaced it with stone. And I don't think there's another mountain nearby to compare it to, but there is the southern tip that you'll see. And we're hoping to get to that today. So that's what we've been up to. I'm Joel Duggan on social media, very easy to find. And if you enjoyed the time here, then why not leave a follow here on Twitch? I appreciate it. So I'll pop outside the west gate here so you can see. This is what the mountain used to look like. So it was very much like a combination of stone and dirt. And we have removed a lot of it. So actually the south face, yeah, looked like, it used to look like that, right? With these bits of dirt everywhere. And now on this face, it's all stone and sheer, and I'm very, very happy with it. It looks cool. And I didn't make this. This is Minecraft Generation. I just replaced the dirt as I saw it. So very easy. Wasn't hard, just time consuming. Why would people build a town next to a volcano? That seems like a very bad idea. All right, so now we've come to another point of interest over here. I want to make sure that the bottoms look good over this way. That to me looks pretty good. I think I might add a little bit more down here. Oh, you know what I didn't bring? I didn't bring any bushes. I should bring some azalea bushes to put in the bottom to make this look a little bit more lush. Hold on. And I've got my bucket. Okay. See, there's not much to look at here, so this is why I think we could probably have some fun with stuff like this. Whoops, not like that. Yeah, adds a little bit. Sure. Why not? Just before the raid, Gappy the Guy asked, Joel, I believe you know how to maintain a good community. Do you maybe know from the top of your head what can keep players motivated or give them inspiration for playing on an SMP? I think a lot of the motivation for playing on an SMP is probably just motivation to play Minecraft. And I think that it's very strange that people often ask this. I get asked questions about this all the time about like, how do you keep playing? How do you keep motivated to play Minecraft? I like Minecraft. And I think if people are not motivated to play Minecraft, then they should maybe do what they're motivated to do. If the question is more along the lines of you having an SMP and you're frustrated that people are starting but then falling off, we've had that issue on the Citadel before. We've had some members that have joined and then just they fall off, and we just, you know, I give it like, you know, a few months, and then I say like, look, this is an active server. If you're not going to be here, that's fine. There's no pressure to play, but you can't expect to come back in and have your stuff expected to be there, or anticipate like the builds that you're going to be making. If they end up being in somebody's way and you're not maintaining your presence, then you're just going to get steamrolled at that point. And I mean, the good thing about the Citadel is that it's all friends of mine, people that I know. I'd say, with the exception of Cosmic, I've met everyone in person. I mean, I'm friends with everybody, but I think Cosmic is the only person I've not actually poked in the arm. So like they're friends of mine, not just like internet acquaintances. And so it makes it easy to have those conversations should anybody need to step away. Also, we're a bunch of courteous adults, which makes a difference. But in terms of like your own motivation, like if you're not motivated to play Minecraft, don't play Minecraft. It's very similar to the conversations you'll hear around art and illustration. Jake Parker does a really good talk about filling the tank. You know, if you are struggling with doing creative things, and Minecraft, although it's a game, is a creative thing, then if you're spending all of your time playing and creating, you're not taking any time to be inspired by stuff. Go for a walk, go for a hike, go on vacation, read a book, read 3 books, watch movies, you know, do things that you don't normally do, hang out with friends, you know. And if it's something where you don't have a big budget, you need to stay at home, you spend a lot of time online, you could always watch other people play Minecraft, but I would encourage you to have other things, other games kind of come up into your sphere, because like, you know, I find that I've been more motivated and more excited to play Minecraft lately because of the changes that are coming to the game, because of a new season of Hermitcraft launching, and I like the content that those folks make, and they've been doing a lot of really cool new things, new ideas. So I've gotten some new ideas from them. So there's stuff like that I think helps. But I mean, if there's no point in struggling it, you can't squeeze blood out of a stone. So if you're not feeling creative, sitting down and trying to force yourself to be creative is just going to be frustrating. You're going to feel worse on the other side of that. So I would say, you know, lean into what's motivating you, and if Minecraft is not, then don't press it, you know. I want more bushes down here. I just don't know where. It's feeling pretty good. I think maybe we can sneak some stuff in here. Maybe this spot would be good. Yeah, you can just kind of see that. Makes it feel a little bit more lush. That one might be too much. And I think that's probably it. We'll just hit this with a little bit more bone meal and chop it down. This is pretty much done. I feel like where they would moor the boat, if there was a spot here to do that, then there probably wouldn't be a lot of grass here. I obviously just didn't do a lot of bone meal along here, because you'd think that this would be a spot that would have a lot more going on. That's better. I didn't have any at the time, but I have mossy cobble with me now, so I think I'll switch these out. Now we'll switch from this point of view, this little basement balcony thing, which I think looks pretty good. And then we'll go over here. I've got inspiration to introduce bureaucracy to our server. Maybe green is not the best role model. That's pretty funny. So I just realized this cosmic Elkhorn rated Ginger, Ginger rated Tadpole, Tadpole rated Joel. So now it's like the Russian doll streamception. And I feel like I've probably missed more from Tadpole. Again, thanks so much for bringing your raid over. I'm not sure whether Tadpole had to stay away. Gappy the guy, does that answer your question? Was that along the right kind of range of thought? Mangrove leaf change color depending on the biome. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Azalea do not. That's why this area is all mangrove. A lot of the places is because it's a taiga biome. This is river, but if you go up here, we're in a taiga biome. And if I put the azalea bush down, it's a really weird combo. It doesn't have that mint green, but the spruce and the mangrove change. Jungle does too. Jungle changes. So this is all a mix of like jungle and mangrove. Generally, I use the jungle on the top because it's got the lighter kind of buds in it almost, and so it looks like it's a lighter version of the block. So it looks like the sun hits it. You can see it over there too. There. So, point of view from here looks pretty good. I'd like to sneak in another bush maybe. Might want to put a stone down there. Feels very bland. Actually, maybe there. Yeah, that's better. And maybe we'll bury another one somewhere over here. Do gravel. Again, I only do this in places where you can stand and look, and having some color shifts makes a big difference. Thanks for your answer. Yeah, we had one or two fairly good SMPs, but somehow I ended up closing because of inactivity. We spoke to some player and answers were some lines of, I don't know what to do, build. Right, so they didn't have the time or energy or inspiration to continue. My idea to give some inspiration is to make areas with specific building styles, like Hermitcraft Season 6, but I have a big feeling that it will be very forceful. So here's the thing. We have that on the Citadel. We've got different zones, but there's no forceful thing about it. It's just a matter of a way to make sure that someone doesn't build a skyscraper within range of my town, you know, like my medieval town. You want and you have to just have big areas, and then you can just say, all right, well, if you don't want to build in sci-fi zone, then don't build in sci-fi zone. The thing there is you'd have to have one area where it's just kind of no holds barred. Dartmouth Meadows, our initial area on the server, and it helps that the server is 7 years old, and it started off without any themes. So it started off as just your average SMP. And then over the years, we decided, okay, well, if we're going to expand and start a really long-term world, then we'll give the different zones. So like this whole area is the medieval fantasy zone, and it's miles from our starting area, which is all this in here, right? And if you back up and look at something like, Modern City. Modern City is down here, but it's miles from anything up here. So you're not going to run into the average Minecraft build down here. This is all very specifically Modern City stuff, right? So I think that if you give yourself that kind of wiggle room, it's good. Another thing that might help with retaining players is that sometimes I find that players will get overwhelmed with what they're doing, and they have this big idea for a project, and then it's all them, and they're just alone in an SMP doing it. So why not team up? Like, the more that you interact with people on an SMP, the more likely they are to stick around. So there's that too. Somerville stands out. Well, yeah, it's because it's mostly pink. Look, very easy to spot the pink on the server. We all know where Cosmic lives. It's wild. It's really cool from the map, like just the patterns, and I don't know, but I don't think I knew about that one. The Cosmic Gardens are expanding. What's your border, Cosmic? Is it the tree line? You're gonna swallow up Macast soon. It'd be pretty funny. You should just surround him. Just take over this the whole southern part of the map. That's funny. And then Alistair is up here, so Alistair's got his spot. But again, like, that's far enough away that I don't think, was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, that's probably not render distance. Like, I don't think you can stand on the edge of Dartmouth Meadows and see Alistair's spot. I don't think that's possible. I think we're good. I think we have achieved what I wanted to achieve here. So we'll take one last little swim through here. Maybe place the odd little bit. Every once in a while, maybe we'll trim one. This is a little bit dense, maybe. Oh, this is weirdly bald. We'll fix that. Yeah, I'd say we're pretty good. Doing all right. The idea here, I think, is that the river, in my imagination, is flowing faster through here, so there's going to be less stuff going on. I guess we could always put in like the odd stone. Yeah, that's cool. Not that you can really see much. It's only like right here. This is the more important view down this way. Maybe we'll tuck in a little bit of a bush here. And skip it over here. I obviously spent a lot more time on this area because of this. This platform here was meant to be a place to come down and be able to see really cool things happening. I feel like I want to put just a little bit more kelp over there, so we'll do that too. No problem, Gappy the guy. If you have access to the Discord, then there's a Minecraft channel there. There's also a number of people that play on Infinity Cove in my community, which is my patron server. Patreon.com/JoelDuggan for people that are interested. And that has a lot more people on it. The Citadel is like 5 to 6 people, most of whom are very casual. And then Infinity Cove is upwards of 20 or more, I think. And much more active, including several people that stream on a regular basis. So you can watch streams from Infinity Cove. You can see what's going on in Infinity Cove. And if you remember the Discord, even if you're not on Infinity Cove, you still have access to the Infinity Cove chat. So you can still chat with people that are on that server and hear about it and stuff. The only thing that you don't have access to is one of the private Infinity Cove channels. And that's just because they might be sharing like locations and data and stuff like that that just doesn't pertain to anybody that's not on the server. But feel free to ask around. I'm sure they're all really cool people. Is it just Elkhorn and Hunter right now, Cosmic, that are streaming? I thought it was more than that. I guess Scotsman usually streams from his own player world. Kelp. I want kelp. Turing has been streaming from Infinity Cove? Oh, cool. I didn't know that. We'll have to add them to the list. Well, I guess I should ask if their streams are their streams family friendly? I'm assuming they probably are. I want a little bit of kelp over this way. I have to move this, I think. I just wanted that little bit of motion over there. And I'll add a little one somewhere here, maybe. Yeah, cool. Well, I say that's it for the base for the riverbed. So, hey, there's someone I haven't seen online in a long time. Anne is online. Speak of the devil, Turing79 3-month gift subscription courtesy of Cosmic Dancer has entered month 2. Shout out to Cosmic for that wonderful gift subscription. Turing, we were just talking about you. It was all bad. It was all, yep, real rough go. Real rough go. I'm being silly. Yeah, no, we didn't realize that you were streaming. Me and the folks here in the chat were talking about people that stream from Infinity Cove. Here's a question, Turing, now that you're here. Gappy was asking earlier how to encourage players on an SMP to continue to be motivated. Any thoughts or feelings on being motivated to play on Infinity Cove? Because it doesn't have that fresh server smell. It's been around for 5 years. I think it's 5 years. All right, where's my book? Book. Northgate. Crossroads. Road texture. River Inn. Spruce River. Riverbanks. Town Riverbanks are now done. And Town River Bottom is now done. South River Bottom says it's done. I'll have to double check that. Further up in the chat, Tarsiris asked, did you have a large spot sort of near town? I don't know what you mean. I was trying to explain what it's like when you're spawn on the Citadel and where the moss and iron farm are, and I can't. Do you have a large spot sort of near spawn? Oh, yeah. Dartmouth Meadows, just let me pop in here quickly. So Dartmouth Meadows. So this is where everybody set up. So that's my original cabin. That's Alistair's house. Megan and Matt Castor over here. Cosmic set up here at first and then moved down south. So this is basically the town where everybody kind of goes to start. And there's a bunch of farms and a bunch of stuff to kind of get you sorted out, like sheep and carrots and all that kind of stuff. But this path to the east here goes under a waterfall and then continues to go east. So spawn, so there's spawn town. Spawn is right here. Spawn is the little circle up there. And then in the spawn chunks right here, we've got the iron farm and the moss farm. So this is part of the moss farm. That's part of the collection. But the iron farm is an old school, like 1.12 iron farm. And then this is one of the newer moss farms. This is like June 2022, maybe. This is an Il Mango design that I switched up. Yeah, so it's not far. And this is really not a long walk. And there's also nether portals. Like you can get there in a couple of minutes. So it's not bad. Another raid. Megabyte. All the people that I normally raid are raiding me back. This is amazing. Thanks so much. Let me put on the fancy cam and get up somewhere high. We just slept, so it's morning, which is good. I'll sit up here. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Megabyte, thanks so much. What were you up to on stream? Folks, if you haven't already, I mean, I should have mentioned this for Tadpole as well. Go follow Tadpole Milk on Twitch, but also follow Megabyte. They are always doing really fun things. Fun community, good sense of humor across the board there. Always a fun place to lurk after I raid. We only bite a little, says Megabyte. Nice. Just a little bit. Nibbles. Hello, yes, good to see you. What were you up to on stream? What were you doing? While I'm waiting for Megabyte to get back to me in chat, I'll explain to everybody coming in. Thanks again for coming in and saying hi. This is a 7-year-old SMP, coming up on 7 years old SMP, and this is a 3.5-year-old build called Westhill, which is a medieval fantasy town. And this is all me. This section is all my area. So that's what I've been up to on stream for a while. And all the VODs are on YouTube. So I don't do a lot of edited content. I just basically put the VODs up on YouTube. So you can watch this place go from a grassy field of nothing to this if you've got the time, which I don't imagine you do because I'm coming up on like my 800th VOD video on YouTube. Lots of things, says Megabyte. Got distracted. Prepping farms, wither fight prep, attempting to break the nether roof, all over the place. Right on. Is that on your own single player world? Is it hardcore or are you doing like a SMP? I can't remember. Or is that the modded world that you're playing? Last time I popped in your stream, you're doing a modded playthrough. Randomly 505, hello. Mentally unstable gamer, hi. Thanks for coming in. So folks, if you don't know, I do streaming and podcasting full-time. Coming in from Megabytes community there. I do the Spawn Chunks podcast with Pixel Riffs every Monday. That's available for free on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. And I do the Citadel Cafe podcast, which is roughly about twice a month. And that is about sci-fi and fantasy entertainment. And then I stream here on Twitch Thursday through Sunday. I normally do Lego stuff on Fridays, but I'm in between sets right now, so it's just been all Minecraft all the time because we're trying to push through and finish this project. Not that I'm in a rush, I'm looking forward to moving on with new things coming in 1.21 when that releases later this year, so I'd like to try to wrap things up. So we've been doing a lot of landscaping. So this mountain has been changed from dirt to stone, and that's what we've been working on lately. So if I take a little bit of a zip around here, the last couple streams has been me taking like this kind of a dirt face and turning it into stone. And then we've been working all along the river, all through here, the last little while. So we've got all these details around here added. And we just finished up doing the bottom of the river when you all raided. So I've got my list. I just checked off the town river bottom, and then the south river bottom is supposed to be over here, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily done, so we'll go take a look at that now. Cosmic Dancer gifting a tier 1 sub for 3 months to Megabyte. That's awesome. Thanks so much, Cosmic. It is single player, not hardcore though, long-term world. Okay, cool. That's great. I'm glad that that's it's always fun to have like multiple projects. So then when you log in, you can kind of do whatever you're in the mood for. Actually, that goes back to something we were talking about with Gappy earlier, in that trying to continue to keep players motivated on an SMP. You're on a single player world, but another thing about an SMP that can keep people interested is having multiple projects. So that idea of having multiple build zones, like with the server here, with the Citadel having a modern city, a medieval fantasy, and these are big areas too. Like you don't have to build next to each other. It means that if you log in one day, like in the future, if I log in and I want to build something in the modern city, I'll just go to the modern city world, or area. And if I want to log in and I decide I want to build like some medieval stuff, I'll just come to the medieval fantasy area and build here. So it kind of eases that friction if you've got options. And for me, like there's always a redstone farm that's needed, or a personal project I want to do. So I like having a couple projects on the go. I'm not saying I'm burnt out, but I'm certainly feeling like my inspiration is running a little low on the medieval side of things. I'm feeling very, not robotic, but West Hill has a style, and I don't want to deviate too far from it because then it's going to look out of place. So I'm looking forward to doing something new using color. Using color to do some things. I've been jealous of some of the builds I see on Hermitcraft this season because they're using some very bright colors, and I'm looking forward to making a very bright, colorful area next. So I said that this southern river bottom was done. It looks pretty done. I'm gonna have to turn off the fancy cam so I can actually see what's going on. Yeah, I mean, it could use a little bit more bone meal, but like it's not bad. I think the main thing is that I didn't finish this southern bank because we haven't finished that. So that's probably what we'll start next. So I think we're probably pretty good. I'll leave that as checked off. I'm not going to create more work for myself. Real question, when are you going to be on Hermitcraft? I don't think I will ever be asked. I don't do any edited content on YouTube. So I think that's a requirement. And it's one of those things where like you don't want to talk about it because, you know, if you talk about being invited, it's almost like you're kind of bragging or something. And I would be very, very flattered. But I don't think that I meet the criteria that they have for members. It's been really fun though to interview several members of Hermitcraft on the Spawn Chunks podcast. Having Exumavoid and Impulse SV on. I'd really like to talk to Tango. One of my goals this year is to have Tango on the show. I think that would be really fun. I'd love to talk to Cub, such a technical player. Cub's having a lot of fun this season too. I really enjoy what he's doing with the fireworks. I can't wait to get my hands on the crafter. Who else have we had on the show? Grian, long time ago. That was a nice interview. Who else? Oh, Wells Knight. Wells Knight was one of the first guests we had. Wells Knight was a really fun dude. Oh, and now Gemini. I mean, at the time, I think Gemini was on the server, but Gemini Tay came on and filled in for Pixel Riffs. She also was just a regular guest. I say just, she was a fantastic guest. A lot of them stream, yeah, but they all produce YouTube content as like their main source of production. But I'm flattered, Megabyte, that you think that I would be a good fit. That's really nice of you. Yeah, a lot of them stream. I think, is it Hypno? Somebody does their edited Hermitcraft videos live on stream. Like they'll stop talking to Twitch chat, they'll hit record, they'll do their little bit, and then they'll stop recording, and then they'll go back to Twitch chat. I don't remember who it is. It might be Wells Knight. There's a couple people that do it. Oh, it's Joe Hills, Tarsiras? And Impulse does that too? Yeah, that makes sense. Impulse streams a fair bit. I'm just waiting to sleep for people wondering why I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I didn't know Impulse did that too. Makes sense, because Impulse streams a lot. I know Scar streams a fair amount, but he's usually doing grindy stuff and not really doing recorded bits. I get the feeling that Scar does a lot of his recording like late at night. Hey, True Purple, how's it going? So I think the next thing we're going to work on, I'm going to get up somewhere high here. So now that we've got the rivers done inside the town, that whole section is finished, which is great. So now we've got this little section of the river, and I only work on this stuff until it goes around the bend. You can see that over here, where I've done like a little bit of custom shaping on the riverbanks in here and some point of interest, but they stop about there because the river bends around the corner and you can't see it from the town. So there's no point in decorating the whole river. Actually, you can see it on the map. Like you can see where like I just stopped. There's no more green happening. And then there's like sand and like there's the default river from Minecraft, right? So once it goes around the corner, I stop. So this kind of goes around the corner here. You can kind of see like right to about there. So I'll probably do a little bit of reshaping here, but I'm not going to knock myself out trying to do anything crazy. However, this part I do want to fix because you can see that from the wall. You can see it from up here. You can see it from this point of interest here on the path. So I want to we're going to remove this stone because if we come over here, oh, I have to fly a little bit farther. See, I think this is way more effective. I really like this kind of growth happening up here and very little dirt at the top here. So I want to remove some of this dirt up here. I don't think I'm going to remove all of it. I think we're going to keep some of this because I think this will transition nicely around the corner because I don't see myself removing all of this craziness. Like that's just nuts. This though, I think we're going to just get rid of that and probably this part here. And we probably will just remove the dirt down to that line. And that way we'll have like a chunk of mountain coming out of the dirt and it'll make sense. Oh, Hannah says, hi chat. Possible for poor life choices? I'm not sure what Mattcast is talking about. JPrice says, I'm cutting a tunnel into Minecraft that I found and will use a lot. Cool. Break time when you're ready. Yeah, I think I'm going to break before I dig into this mountain. For folks that are new to the chat, as there might be quite a few of you, I take a break about once an hour for 5 minutes. I just step away, refresh my memory. I guess Mattcast meant that by bad choices, he's fighting the Wither somewhere. Don't know where that's happening, but not affecting me. So he died while fighting the Wither. I don't think any... Where is that happening? Alright, let's see here. I'm assuming he's not using the Wither Squisher, because if he was doing that, then he should be fine. So yeah, that's what we'll do when I come back. I generally just AFK, grab myself a drink, and let you guys listen to some music. So if you want to give me that opportunity, then when we come back, we'll be switching gears from the river and working on the mountain. And I'll keep on doing that. Hopefully we'll get that done today. It's not a huge job, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, give me about 5 or 6 minutes, and I will be right back. So it looks like Matcast has left the wither in the end. It was supposed to be contained, but it is not. So, not my circus, not my monkey. We'll have to see what Matcast decides to do about that. If it becomes a real problem, I can always do some admin stuff offline. Am I going on an adventure? No. Nope. I am not. I am not going on an adventure. So I don't think I need the bucket right now. Keep the bed. What was the other thing that we needed a lot of when we were doing the stone? I'll bring some andesite maybe just in case. Yeah, that's going to be a long fight. I've got stuff in the nether, or in the end too, that I would rather not like to not be blown up. Oh, snow. That's what I need. So, to look up here, I'd say we're going to be taking down at least these layers. I think what I'll do is I'll probably carve in a line where I want the stone to stop. Yeah, so I'll do that first, and then we'll have a place that we know we can work to. Go down to there. And then I think this line here is where we'll go to. Yeah, I don't know anybody that does long YouTube content with no talking. I've seen some like shader videos and like mod landscape videos that don't have a lot of talking to it, just music. I think they're trying to corner, like, they're trying to appeal to like the ASMR kind of relaxing video crowd. All right, so this is going to come down. It's actually nice to have a break from working on the river. And I feel like with the 2 raids that came in, I hope I got everybody, but in case I didn't, if you're still around, welcome. And if you are part of my community already and you have not already followed Megibite with 2 eyes or Tadpole Milk, there's a bunch of underscores in there too, then Cosmic, maybe if you could link those channels again in Twitch chat, then that would be fantastic, because everybody here should you're already following those people, right? That's already a thing that you're doing, because they were so kind as to raid and share their communities here. But go check them out. Fun times. So like I said, this isn't hard work. It's just a little time consuming. See if that's been, I don't think that's far enough. I think I have to come down farther. Yeah, so you can see the line that I'm trying to draw here. Whoops, didn't mean to punch that arrow, that rocket. So we'll cut this off around here. It's probably better to start from the top, would be my guess. It'd be a little bit easier. Looking for some inspiration who I can copy and make content for YouTube, but I'm shy or have a feeling embarrassment for public talking. My suggestion there would be trial by fire. It's not as hard as you think. It's never going to be perfect your first time, so you might as well just do a lot of practice. I had the advantage of being a podcaster for several years before I started doing any kind of content. There is edited content of my stuff on YouTube. If you go to youtube.com/JoelDuggan as opposed to Joel Duggan VODs, then there's some of the original videos from the server. Those were edited, and I had to do a couple takes. Like they're not perfect. But one of the nice things about YouTube, and certainly one of the nice things about podcasting, and I did this when I first started, is that you don't have to make it public. So you could make a YouTube video, post it on YouTube, and just send it to your friends and family. Like just send it to peers, people that you want feedback from, that you trust, that you are not worried about being trolls, and get them to watch the videos and give you some feedback. And that way you can slowly build things up. I did that with my webcomic when I first started doing a webcomic back in like 2006 or something. And I published it, but I just sent it to a few friends. And then that way, the nice thing about doing that is that when you do eventually go public, you have a decent library. So after you get comfortable and you have like, I don't know, 10, 20 videos, at whatever time you get comfortable, then you say, okay, flipping the switch, I'm taking this public. And then when the public shows up to your channel, they're like, oh, they've got like 30 videos. This is great. I can totally park it here. They're not, because it's really difficult for someone to come to your channel, watch one video. People are generally not going to subscribe because they don't know if it's going to be worth like monitoring the subscription if you only post like 1 or 2 videos. But if you've been consistent, I think that's the other nice thing about practicing with like a friends and family only access, is that it holds you accountable. Like, I mean, I'll use your parents as an example, but like if your parents are like expecting you to do something every week, then they're going to be on you about it. And if your friends and family are like, I like those videos, I'm expecting you to do more, then you are going to hold yourself more accountable, and you'll create that healthy habit of getting things done, right? I don't know if this is going to look as good because I've been mostly stripping the stone as opposed to replacing it, or stripping the dirt rather than replacing it. My favorite advice for making content is that you should always keep in mind that you have the power to edit how you like. Yeah, exactly. We record. I think one of the problems there is that if you try to get it perfect, then it's going to take you forever to release your first video. So give yourself a time limit. Like, tell somebody, even if it's like a roommate or a best friend, to say like, I'm publishing a video Friday. It'll be private, just you and I can see it, but like, expect it Friday. And if you don't do it, then you know they'll want to know why, right? Yeah. So I got to take that down. I think it might have been better to do this by replacing the stone, but this is just so much faster. Oh, that looks way better. So one of the things I've been doing is trying to find a way, I might take that out too, to kind of do like custom landscapes, but like bleed it into the natural Minecraft landscape. So I will probably take a little bit off here and try to do a little bit more blending. That doesn't look too bad though. That looks pretty good. Not a lot of snow on this side. I saw some gravel over here too I wanted to get. There it is there. That is a thunderstorm. That is D-A-double-K dark. All right, so this needs to be taken down to smooth out. So I think what I'll do here is I'll just come down to the river and just start coming in by one block at a time. Oh, that's too high. Never mind. And then we'll replace this stuff with the grass. And then it'll grow down like normal. And then what was the thing I wanted to do? Right, I wanted to cut this out here. And then maybe have like a little bit there. And I wanted to try and, I need to take another look at this. It's always hard when you're right up on top of it. Yeah, so let's take a couple of these and we'll just replace a little bit of this just so this is not such a straight line. And then there was another one here too, up higher. And I think there was one more spot. Yep. I don't know whether that's going to be quite right. Yeah, it just feels a little bit more natural. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I just don't want it to look completely straight line, man-made sort of deal. I think that looks okay. So really now it's going to be about the view from over there. For streaming on YouTube, for me, I try to be in the mind of if someone is watching, it must not be that bad. Yeah, exactly. And even if they don't like it, still adding to my watch time. So here's the thing. I wouldn't worry about making something that people like. I would worry about making something that you are enjoying making. If you like doing it, that will come across, and eventually you will find the audience that likes it. And the reason why I say not to worry about it is that think about how many people are putting YouTube content out there. Not just Minecraft stuff, but just YouTube in general. But even within Minecraft, there's just a ton of Minecraft content, an absolute ton. And if they don't like yours, they will find someone else to watch. It's not like you're doing them a disservice. You know, it's fine. So I think the biggest thing for that is make content that you like making, because with the amount of time it takes to make this stuff, like, you have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, it's just going to be a job, and no one wants that, right? I mean, this is my job, but I love what I do. It's not a chore for me. I don't roll my eyes. It's not that I have to work today, it's that I get to work today, right? It's two very different mindsets. No. Imp and Skiz were having a chat with Rendog on their podcast yesterday and said pretty much the same thing about having to be making videos for yourself. Yeah, no, that's a common thing. I've heard them mention that before. I think Johnny and I have talked about that on the Spawn Trunks as well. I think actually that was part of the conversation that we had with Impulse when he was on the Spawn Trunks. Yeah, that still feels kind of chunky. I think I'm going to have to start from the top down there. Top down there. I still, I like this though. I think this has gone well. We're going to pull this bush up higher, I think. But yeah, I think I just have to start up here now and start just pushing this down and replacing this with dirt and go one block at a time. Yeah, this is it's actually more of a mess than I thought it was. Didn't realize we had all this going on. That looks pretty gross. I'd like to fix that. But we'll focus on this part first. All right, so we're just going to do the old, I call it the Cubert thing, where we just strictly go down by one block at a time. Probably don't need the axe. Whoop. So some of this might have to get changed a little bit, but that's good. That's what happened here. Dawbone, thanks very much for the follow. Appreciate that. And thank you to everybody that came in new today and dropped a follow. Appreciate it. It's free. It's one of the easiest ways to support your favorite creators. Subscribe on YouTube, follow. If you're interested in seeing a lot of how this place was built, you can go watch the VODs on YouTube because I have advertising now on the Joel Duggan VODs channel, and that is a great way to support your favorite creators, especially if you're looking to learn a few things and pick up on how things have been done. Mattcast withered away again. I'm having a hard time fixing that wither escape. So I'm not crazy about that. First time watching streams, you're having a great experience. That's cool. Buy cheese, that's great. Appreciate it. All right, let's take a little bit of a flight, see how we're doing. So it doesn't feel super natural, but the slope is better. I think maybe the thing to do is to extend the stone to here. Because the stone looks better if it's got a 2-drop than the dirt does. And that way we can do this. Like that. Right? And then change this. And then that will get rid of all this. And that means this is nice and sloped. We can come back in here. See if that looks better. a little weird, but that looks better. I could honestly just get rid of it, probably. Okay, I think that should be sufficient. Yeah. Pretty good. Especially because you can't really see this section from town. Like, it's kind of neither here nor there. I'm just kind of messing around, making sure it doesn't look awful. It's that tricky blend of going from like custom cliff to natural Minecraft and making it look decently smooth. I think there's only that one little bit up here. I'm just going to take that down a little bit. I think we're good. Also this. Where's that big flat piece? Right over here. Yep, and then just right there. Take out some of these weird squares. It's weird how sometimes 2 blocks in a row in Minecraft will kind of make your eye twitch. This is where the map comes in really handy. Kind of see the levels where the snow is and isn't. Cool. See, at least you attempted to make it look better. I just covered it in flowers. That's fair, Cosmic. I think that would qualify as making it look better. I think that qualifies. So this is generally how I approach this kind of stuff. I take a pass at the shape. I'm not worried about texture. I'm just worried about how that looks. And I think that looks solid. That looks like a natural cliff. We're really only looking at it from this vantage point, so that's why I didn't put a lot of effort in on that south face. But if we go around here and we walk south, then you'll see you can sort of see it through the trees, and that's why I wanted to have at least a little bit of effort in there. This road goes nowhere because no one lives this way, but you can see sort of this area a little bit as you approach the town. So like if you're coming down this way, because the road would be here if it was built, where the torches are. And so you can see little bits of it through the trees. Once you get close enough to town, you're usually distracted by what's happening, but it's really pretty tight through here. You can't see much until you get around to here. So it's only going to be kind of like, really it's the high points, I think, that is where you can see stuff. Yep. So I'm trying to think about it where you can see like different vantage points. So like being able to see stuff like that from up here is good. So I think I would stop my riverbank kind of tinkering would be about there. So eventually I want to finish that there. But I think the next step for today is going to be working on this section here. And I think I'm happy with that. I just want to push this a little bit farther up the hill. I did something similar in the north where I had to do a custom cliff. I had to do a nice texture thing here to separate this rock face from the stone wall. And so we added this in here, and then this is all custom, and then this just transitions. This has got a couple of custom bits on it, and then this is all natural Minecraft. Like up here is all, that's just how Minecraft dealt us the landscape. So I want to do something like this down at that other area. So I want to create a nice border sort of up to here that separates this from that. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. I don't think we're going to use deep slate. I think we'll use the greenery. So I'll probably take this bush and build it all the way up to here just to kind of have like a separation. Thankfully, we've got a very different texture here. So you can clearly see the edge of the tower and stuff. And I'm still thinking about putting a secret tunnel back here. Where would that go if I was to put that in there? Let's go take a peek. How do I get over there? Yes, I built the town, and yes, I forget how to get places sometimes. Here's the door. So if this was going to be a secret tunnel, I mean, it would be right here, right? There would be... Feels a little bit strange to have it off to the side, so we might... Yeah, we'd have to rearrange something here. This just goes down over the gates. Maybe we would do it on a higher level. It would make more sense to try and do it up here, I guess. Yeah, that could be interesting. Having a door there. I guess I could move that trapdoor because you're far below it at this point. So we could have this trapdoor be on the other side there and just dig straight into the mountain. So at this level we are at 73 and 73 over here is right in the thick of that. So that actually could be a very secret tunnel because you wouldn't be able to see it at all. Okay, something to consider. So I need to switch gears. Take some grass, take some dirt. Mostly coarse dirt, I would imagine. stone. I'll grab some slabs in both of those. I'm going to need jungle and oak leaves. Grass, vines, ferns, bone meal. What else do I need? Moss is not going to look very good, but we'll try something. And also, I remember tough was really good. And mossy cobble. I think that's everything that I used over here. I'll double check. I don't think I'm going to need mangrove roots. I might get some just in case. Oh, I used some gravel too, didn't I? Yeah. Gravel and mangrove roots. There are lots of ways to get everywhere in West Hill. Yeah, there is. So, I don't think I've given this any kind of root system because I don't think we had mangrove roots when I first made this. So, I think maybe we'll try to plant it, like have it have a proper root system, like right around here maybe. So if I remove this, and we start to think about this like an actual plant, and have it spread up from here. Oh, I forgot my shears. Crap. Mangrove roots are your new favorite block recently? I love when they're waterlogged. I think they look really cool. Really effective in places like that, right? We don't have anything going on over here, so I'm probably going to have to change some of that. This is where I started. So what plan here was to remove this. Try something like that there, and then have this actually go up here. So we'll just kind of rough place where I want this to go. And we'll change out the bushes later. That might be too similar. Yeah, I think that has to be lower. And then from there, maybe we'll have it also go up this way. I guess there could be multiple plants back here. It doesn't have to be just one. This is where having the tuff comes in handy. Because it looks kind of green, but it looks like stone. And I like this trick too of putting in little slabs of coarse dirt in some places. Go with another fern. Maybe we can do a little something different so it doesn't look like exactly what we did on the other side. The hard part here is I don't really have an easy way to go back up and look at this, so there's going to be a lot of flying back and forth. Yeah, we're getting there. It's hard with the fern being such a different color. So with this, I try to stick to just a couple of simple rules, like putting muddy mangrove roots under mangrove roots, and then putting a bush on top of that, and then trying to cover up as many dirt sides as I can. Oh, and screwing up and deleting grass, but that's fine. And this is where I probably should have brought some cobblestone. But I find that the andesite and gravel kind of do a nice transition as well. That feels a little bit strange. Let's see how that looks. Movie was great. Was that the Dune 2? I haven't watched the first one in a long time. I need to rewatch it. We were talking on an Elkhorn stream today, says Cosmic, about adding some kind of wall flowers. I think Minipax came up with the idea of like trellis block that you can place and then add flowers to, so you could have flowers climbing the wall. Yeah, I think they should do it like pink petals, like in the same way that you place pink petals on the ground and they do like 4 stages. I think it would be cool if you could do that just like this, just aim at a wall with something and just like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it would just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like the more that you placed, the more it would fill up the block. And then that way you could have control over however you wanted to do that. And then you could layer that on top of anything. And the thing about blocks like that, the thing about these pink petals and what is it? What other blocks? Like glow lichen, any kind of like vine block, or basically anything that you can put. Do I have a vine? I've got a vine in my inventory. So like anything like this that you can put on a surface that just does that layer thing, like when you can do that on the ground too, like with pink petals, it means that you've added as many different texture combinations to the game as there are blocks, because you can put that pink petal on anything that's horizontal, or at least organic. Pink petal right now, you can't put it on stone. But if you could do something like that trellis idea, or some sort of crawling vine, I've got some stuff over here. Yeah, like in here. Like doing this kind of stuff really, really frees up the kind of texture combinations that you can have. I wish we could do more of that on other blocks. I wish there was more stone blocks that we could do that kind of stuff too. It'd be cool to have grass growing in the cracks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not liking that. Everything else is looking okay. You can see how effective that little slab is too. Yeah, that's got to come down. I think this is more of a bush than it is a vine crawling up the wall. So we'll keep it low and dense. Maybe we'll put another fern in here. Again, I don't want to mess too much with this bottom part because I do like the bottom. It's more about getting the right look up here. I think this would be better off if it was tough. Don't know about that. It looks kind of square. Maybe we'll do this block and then slab. Oh, those slabs line up. Whoops. Well, let's get rid of this one. I don't like this. Yeah, I think we need to push it maybe a little bit over here. Thanks for the heads up, Cosmic. Appreciate it. And so I wanted to have this kind of come down this way, I think. I don't want to sacrifice all of the grass. Hmm. And this is where you can use the stone to your advantage to try and blend the textures a little bit. It's really hard to see in the rain, too. Everything feels very gray. Feel like maybe I could switch these. Oh, that's a good idea for there. Maybe we can put a little slab in here. I think this might be better off as tough. And I've not used any of the mossy cobble yet either. I think we just need to maybe pepper in a few more bushes. Maybe not an extension of this plant, but just like the odd little bit over here. Finally, sleep time. Sometimes you get so sucked into what you're doing, you're like, why can't I see? Oh, right. Sun's gone down. So that's looking like a much better transition. These really help. These little... No! Son of a gun. Where did you come from? Didn't even see him. That's a nice dirt path that you just blew up. That's a real pain. I think they come from the walls. This is not the first time this has happened. Not the first time. I don't remember what that looked like at all. I'll have to go back and look at the video. Let's do horse dirt. Obviously, there was probably some of this. Probably some rooted dirt. That button was somewhere. I don't remember where. Probably there. There might have been some gravel in here too. Didn't pick up anything that I don't normally have, so I don't know what else might have been in there. I'll have to go back and look at the video. Were there spruce leaves? Oh man, we lost a bunch of... Did I pick up any spruce leaves? There's a sapling. The tree is obviously missing. I was like, did I get everything? There's a whole half tree gone, Joel. There's a sentence you don't normally say out loud. A whole half tree. Can ditch this. And that. And I can grab spruce and spruce leaves. I guess I really only need one. And I'm sure there was a lot of grass that got blown up. That feels a little bit far over there. But then that feels very straight. Maybe just 2 blocks? Anyway, I'll probably fix that later. So what's missing now, I think there's a little bit of a weird shape happening here, and I really like these highlights. So we need to just pop in here and replace some of these with jungle. Oh crap. I knew that was going to happen. And like I said, this is weird. So how do we want to handle this? I mean, maybe that's all we need to do. No, that feels strange. Keep it to the ground. Keep it simple. Sometimes I really wish we had slabs in leaves. So it looks weirdly symmetrical, so we're going to change, I think, that side of it. But I think it looks pretty good. This feels odd. I think I'd rather have a bush here. And I think we'll just take this out here. That's okay. I think we'll remove the grass and just have the stone go down. And I think maybe we'll sneak in a little stones or a slab down here. Like that. And then up here, we'll get rid of the grass. Maybe we'll do mossy cobble in there too. Think that's good. Is the section you're working on taiga biome or is it river? It's river. That's why it's so difficult. Yeah, the grass color is really odd. It doesn't go with any of the leaf blocks. It's really frustrating. Yeah, so I'm happy with that section. And I think I'll take out that block. And then I need to have, I think this needs to come down. I'm going to do some more root work, I think, when I do the bottom bank here. When I do this bank, we're going to do a little bit of roots hanging into the water here, I think. I'll get rid of that block, and then I just need to have this kind of cascade down a bit. I think maybe we'll add blocks in here. It seems like a weird thing to add all this work in and then hide it, but when you have that process, I feel like the reward is that you have this really consistent look, and it starts to look a lot more like a plant. sleep right away so I don't get any creepers. I prefer bubble elevators in my mines, Gappy. Faster. Much, much faster. I find the constant up and down on ladders and stuff like that to be really tedious. I think that does it. I think we're good. Oh, I gotta remove this one block. It's weird how just one thing sometimes will drive you a little bit crazy. What do I want to do underneath there? Maybe we'll just cover that up with some grass. Didn't realize I had two ferns next to each other. There we go. All right, I think that's it for that. Try not to get too carried away. Because it's not like it's a giant feature of the town. Yeah, that looks much better. I like the nice seam it gives you. It really has a nice separation between the town and the world. And when we do the riverbank down here, we'll add probably some grass and stuff along here. I've got this really fun technique where we'll either do something like we've got going on over here, where it's like all custom little bits, or on, where is it? I think it's way over here. Sometimes you can just do like a double high situation with ferns and grass and bone meal everything, and it does a really good job of hiding the dirt bank. Like it just, that's all just natural grass and dirt sides back there, but when you really add a lot of density to it, it looks good. So I think that'll be a fun technique to use on that other side. It's also very straightforward. It's not time consuming at all, but it covers everything from all angles. So this is probably what we'll do. But that is going to be tomorrow, because I'm going to wrap things up. So Cosmic, if you wouldn't mind throwing a couple of raid options in chat, I would love to pass everyone from Megibite and Tadpole Milk along. Once again, chat, if you are not already following Megibite or Tadpole Milk, you are missing out. You are truly missing out. They are both very fun individuals. Lots of really cool Minecraft content out there, and other games too. Megibite plays more than just Minecraft. But if you would like this, then please leave a follow. You can also subscribe to my podcasts. They are the Spun Chunks and the Citadel Cafe, available wherever you download podcasts. Please feel free to like and subscribe. It's free, and I would very much appreciate it. And then those things will get delivered to your ear holes every time there's a new episode. Very, very simple. We can be expected to be back here tomorrow. And here's the big thing. There's a time change. So overnight tonight, I go from standard time... daylight time to standard time, which means that what is 1 o'clock for me tomorrow will be noon for some of you. So, or vice versa. Yeah. 1 o'clock Atlantic time is when I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. So be here. We will continue on with the River South, probably wrapping that up tomorrow, which would be good. You can, of course, follow on social media at JoelDuggan, very easy to find, and check out Patreon. We talked about the Patreon server earlier today on stream. It's a really fun little community. I hope you consider subscribing. There is a number of different levels you can choose from. There are things like just $2 a month to help support my stream, up to $10 a month to support the stream and join the community server. And it does a lot to help me create new content for y'all. So really appreciate it. Cosmic, thank you ever so much for the wonderful moderating today. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye for now.